All right, hi everybody, we're live Friday 13th. It's not scary yet. Hope you ain't superstitious, guys. You are people employ reason, not mystic, and the only one thing you believe hardly in your life is web-free and smart NFT, of course. So this is weekly MLC Envelop. My name is Eugene, Crypto MC, Alex Shedogubov, the founder and CEO as always. So, Alex, let's start with the news of the week. What's important has happened, and we may share with our audience on our team's achievements on this week.
So during this week, we are finalizing the designs of a new launchpad we plan to deliver. Also, we found out new use cases for our products among games, among venture capitals, and surely we are developing new products focused on B2C market in new niches of the market. So this is our focus. We finalized our plans for 2023 and now moving according to this. We'll visit several conferences we have chosen. So definitely we will visit Decentral in Vietnam, and this May also Token 2049 in September in Singapore. And also I think one of our teammates who's now in Brazil will visit a conference in Lima in March. So we plan to deliver not only technology, but also information about our NFTs, what are programmable digital assets, what really is programmable digital assets, and what it can do for any project use case, and any user who can see or who have all these abilities we can offer to deliver maximum value.
Well, good to hear. Don't you mean Jonathan, our marketer in Brazil? No,
no. I mean our teammate, our friend. Moreover, he's in Brazil since April.
Okay. Good to hear that Envelop has been spread in the entire world, and its team really decentralized and spread on the entire world and almost in every part and every continent of the planet Earth. They may find our peers and followers and team members, of course. Our stream now is entitled One NFT Bullish. As for me personally, I don't like to talk about this topics bullish or bearish because it is fiat engaged conversation. But nevertheless, I'd love to ask you one principal question. How do you think how the NFT utility of NFT affects NFT prices when we see, and counting that NFT with utility is not NFT as a JPEG, how Envelop protocol, which enriches and enables NFT utility on another level, on the higher level for many purposes, how NFT utility may be increased with using Envelop protocol. And by the way, what are your thoughts on NFT prices and Envelop influence on NFT utility and the price also? So you got my question, so give out your thoughts there.
I think here we split in several use cases where our wrapped NFTs are meant to be used. And let us start maybe from tickets. We see a lot of conferences to start in spring, and also we are to deliver the platform for NFT ticketing, and the wrapped NFT technology will be core in this, and how we can increase the value of NFT tickets. So actually it can be used like a marketing tool where sponsors of events or projects can make a retro drops or drops inside it and attract users, and thus wrapped NFT is locked on time. And for example, sponsors are guaranteed that the receivers of these drops will not dump on the market these tokens. They will get only benefits which sponsors want to give them by tracking their NFT and contents of their tokens inside, like that case. If you say about gamify, we can use skilled NFTs, and we see some games appearing with the concept of skills, but they use other technology. Here we got all on-chain, and I think that NFT with the proof of skills in tokens is more valuable than NFT with some trades, and especially, for example, if this skills could be applied like already traded assets like tokens on Ethereum, which we can buy on DEXs or TEXs, and if we use them like skills, we definitely got a value inside NFT, and this is the way. If we say, for example, about liquidity, we can one of our main financial angle where we apply our technology, we can apply special rules how we decide our liquidity can be handled. And of course, after the crashes we have watched during the last year and this year, it's very important where you are the one who decide how companies, protocols, and other players can handle your liquidity, that you are guaranteed that it will be used only how you decide, but not they just, for example, maybe invest some shitty coins or other risky stuff, but the liquidity will be limited in transfers or usage in several protocols, and you will have the right to claim back your liquidity when you need it, like leasing of liquidity here. And it's not actually the price of NFT, but I think such NFT with liquidity inside, which can be used as collaterals in DeFi, are more valuable, just simple NFTs. And for example, could be Bored Ape, and which contains liquidity and the rules to handle this liquidity. I think it's valuable. And there we go to soulbounds. Of course, they are non-transferable, but the value of these tokens, so maybe this value, like not direct, but the value of accounts who hold these SBTs will be much higher, and not, I mean, financial, but also reputational capital. And I think in Web3, it's sometimes even more important than the financial stuff, because and the reputation you cannot multiply or somehow get affected, but you gotta earn it. And when we got on-chain proofs and people who or DAOs or communities who decide that this account deserves new skill and is soulbound, so that's the way to increase the value of such tools. I think these are maybe not all the cases I mentioned, but these ones came just into my mind, and I see the way how we can increase it.
Well, let me add some economic summary, I would say. The price issue depends on, the price is subjective, of course. This is also an economics theory. And the price is in the viewpoint of a subjective person, and the price is the function of the utility of the unit. And NFT utility depends on NFT utility. It sounds like a tautology, but nevertheless, since 2020, we had almost useless utility, almost used NFTs, because the major cases, use cases of NFT, were token tied to a JPEG. That's why the phrase selling JPEGs was born. Of course, it's not the full range of use cases, but nonetheless, NFT tied to JPEGs is almost useless. It's useless like collectibles, maximum of that. And such tools like Envelop protocol, it enables enhancing NFT utility on the principal and novel level, on the higher level. Due to collateral, we may put any amounts of fungible tokens inside there, and that's why NFT price will never be less than the price of the collateral. This is the first. Then, new set of features which Envelop enables, like time lock, event lock, royalties, and so on, support. It enables a lot of use cases beyond digital selling JPEGs, and that's why the price of such useful thing, of course, will depend from use cases, from its specific utility in their specific place where such NFTs are used. For example, games, in whatever, tickets, and so on and so forth. So the main summary is, of course, Envelop protocol enhances, enriches the utility. It raises the utility on the other level, and of course, it will influence, it will affect the price of an. And we cannot predict the price of such an NFT, wrapped NFT, but of course, we understand that the value of smart NFT, of course, will be actually defined by another principles, like it was defined with NFT of smart dump NFTs of the first generation type, or even for JPEGs. So I think our viewers have realized the main idea. Of course, Envelop influences on the price NFT, price NFT. Well, let's look on the Twitter of Envelop. What may we see? What we may see some news. What's interesting here? Envelop maybe tracked on-chain monitoring tool some tweets about portfolio track and NFT tech use cases. We've just we have just told about this. Do we have something absolutely interesting on Envelop Twitter? I think we do not have. Okay, let's go to one of the main discussed news on this week are the next. Some big custodial centralized crypto providers such as Coinbase or Huobi confirmed that they are going to reduce the number of employees, which they, I think, had acquired during the bull run period. So, Alex, what are your main thoughts? Why so much players, big custodial centralized players, announce this layoffs of the employees, and what does it tell us about the current stage of the market? So, the market depends on bullish or bearish. The main conclusion I may conclude there. What are your thoughts on that?
So my main thought is that there are some problems with playing workforce, and for me, actually, it's real strange because these companies like Coinbase, they live through. No, it's not first bear market for them, but it's the same situation every bear market where on the bull they hire lots of people. Sometimes even they don't need these people. And surprise, every few years after we get bear market, and they got to lay off these people. Also, it comes with correlation with the common economic situation, not good as well. And as I remember, when there was coronavirus, we saw the rise of internet companies, and they were, I think, way too positive to hire so much people and confident that they will need all this workforce, but not. And I should say that many players lay off people, but we know that the exchange, which has most volumes on the market, is not doing this, and they even hire and doing a good marketing on this. So not all companies do this way. I'm not saying that this one exchange, I even don't name it, is a good one or bad one, but they maybe better planning or better cash in their accounts to be ready to live through these bear markets and not to reduce people, but get more and more market share while everybody's laying off. They hire and make activities.
Well, I knew that you meant this crypto exchange.
Yes.
Nonetheless, other players are committing layoffs. Binance says it's going to hire people. So maybe they know some secrets. And of course, that's a business issue. And some players run their business in one way, some players run their business another way. They are competitors, of course. They all provide the same services for their people. And we don't know, is it this like a PR presence, or what's true there or what's not true. But nonetheless, we do understand that on the bear market, when everything grows, everybody wants to look pretty cool. So they announce hiring and business growth and so on and so forth for investors. And or maybe they need to show the expenses on the stuff. These are more the business questions. Does it all tell us something important regarding, first of all, does it affect our niche, smart NFT, or not?
I think it's not affecting because I don't think that number of employees somehow affect the market, because we mainly try to automate everything and everything to be encrypted into code, and the code is low, so it should work even if there are no people who stands behind it. I don't see any troubles with this. Maybe just as I said, not good play. And
I do agree.
Yeah.
Because all these news they are regarding centralized entities who act like they acted in fiat world, but they act in a crypto, they business in a crypto. So, but their business models are like in fiat world, and we are decentralized. These are another business model. Our principles.
Yes. The model is other, but people still live in the real world, and I know not also decentralized projects who have to reduce the amount of the contributors or number of coders or other people who do some useful things for such networks, DAOs, and so on, because it's all due to the market conditions. And even if in tokens they get the same amount, but if we go to fights equivalent, it's not way enough for them to be real interested to continue working there. I think because we are on a risky market and it's normal situation. You gotta on the bull market, you gotta think about bear market, and on bear market you gotta think about bull market. What you're gonna do at before the situation happens, and when you are in the situation, you can make lots of stupid stuff, and maybe these big companies are doing now not the best decisions, but I think it's all about surviving in the long term, and even such giants like Coinbase have to think about it.
Well, so these are the current situations in our Web3 segment. So it is very comprehensive segment. So we may find the old-fashioned models, we may find the new-fashioned models. So that's a life in Web3. So it doesn't mean that the industry collapses or stops. Of course not, because the peer market is a great place for such a product who try to deliver value. Because the value which Coinbase or Huobi or Binance delivers is the trading value. They are oriented on the fiat markets. That's why they grow when fiat markets grow, and they collapse when fiat markets collapse. And Envelop is not tied to fiat markets, I would say, because it is tied to real values. Its solution is to make NFT utility more useful.
And we also bind it to real world assets, but it's all about legal side. But in some countries, it's already possible, and we got some ideas how to do this. Well,
I think that's all for today. So everything is going well on our site. So please like, share, subscribe, be a part of Envelop, subscribe on our YouTube channel, ask a question in my Telegram chat, and stay tuned for every Friday weekly AMA and other great content with Envelop. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, sure.